I had let's go with that one. So I had a meeting, so I do apologize. I had a meeting I was coming out of. So I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity, give people a chance to come on. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's use that one. All right, guys. So I'm going to be all right, guys. So I'm not going to be on here long. I'm not going to be on before you long. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So welcome. Give people an opportunity to come in. The replay will stay up. Welcome. If you have not yet subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and click. We have been under construction doing some great and mighty, amazing things. We've been doing some amazing things. So go ahead and hit subscribe because there's going to be a whole lot more to come from here, as you've already been seeing. Go check out my shorts. Check out all that good stuff that has been coming forth, because it's more to come from there. Give people opportunity to come in as I'm pulling things up. All right. So welcome, guys. So again, I am, if you're familiar, if you're new here and not familiar with me, my name is Trishelle Florence. I'm the owner and founder at Thick Vegan Consulting. We are a wellness consulting firm. We help women. Well, I help women with chronic disease transform their health naturally through plant-based nutrition. That's actually part of my personal testament. I've been able to of course, we give all glory and honor unto God. It was His doing. I just followed the directions, steps I was given, and through those plant-based nutrition, I've been able to naturally heal from. I was pre-diabetic, had a high blood pressure numbers, where I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital for like hospitalized 6 days. And I also had a central nervous disorder called pseudocytoma cerebri. So I've now, like I said, since using these principles, I now teach you guys, and I've been teaching at medication free now for the past 6 years. So if that's sound like something that you want to do and something you want to learn how to do and be a part of, you want to come on to the medicine free community, the medicine free society, then you're in the right place. All right, because guess what? Things are going to come up, things are going to happen. However, we do not have to stay victimized by those things. All right. So today we're going to talk about three excuses that's keeping you, three excuses keeping women from, lowering their blood pressure. Yes. Again, like I said, I had stroke level high blood pressure to the point I was hospitalized for 6 days. So it was things that I was doing, things that I wasn't doing, things that I was doing, things that I believe, excuses I was coming up with that was keeping me from actually lowering that. I went from my numbers being in the 160s to now I normalized in the 120s. Even sometimes, girl, we didn't have 118 days. So listen, thank you, God. So three excuses keeping you from lowering your blood pressure. All right. So excuse number one, you think it's too hard. Now I'm not gonna lie, it is hard. It is a little challenging to come against 30, 40, 25 years, however old you are, because I done met women in their 20s, early 20s, who were dealing with high blood pressure and taking medication. Ain't that crazy? Yes, it's real. So it is a challenge to come against those, that X amount of years of doing stuff a certain way, thinking a certain way. So yes, it is somewhat of a challenge to sometimes be able to do that. However, it's not too hard. You just have to be willing to give up what you know is not serving your next level of healing well. Okay. I talk about healing a lot versus health, because health, a lot of times you're doing that now. You're eating healthy now. You're eating the things that you so-called are that you've been taught to know are healthy, the things you deem as healthy, the things you read as healthy. You're doing that now. So I don't talk about just healthy. I talk about healing. Okay. So we're gonna learn to eat healing. We're gonna learn to do things from a healing way. So it's not it can be somewhat of a challenge to come against those, to be able to come against those things, because you have different mindsets, perspectives, impressions that were put upon you over your lifespan, over your different experiences, different life experiences, different environments you've been in. However, it doesn't have to hold you back. So those excuses, the excuse of it's too hard, it's not too hard. Okay, you have to be willing to let go of unlearn. Okay, you got to be willing to let go what you thought and what you identified once as healthy, and what you identified as that those things that you now know are not serving your next level of healing well. All right. So number one, stop thinking that it's too hard for you. All right. That's the number one excuse we're going to debunk. It's possible. The number one thing I give you for that is learn to start being consistent. Okay. Consistency is going to be your friend. So if you may not, once you start to learn to be consistent, that consistency is going to help build up your confidence. All right. So if you know you got to stop eating all the different processed foods, then 1 week when you don't eat processed foods, or start with 1 day, I didn't eat no processed foods today. Give yourself a round of applause. All right. So start with that. Start with consistency. All right. That's number one. The second lie, second excuse, what's the last two? But second excuse that keeps women from lowering their blood pressure is you do not want to give up salt. Listen, I know, because I've been there. You don't want to, and I'm not saying it has to be forever and every meal. However, you have to go through a period where it's like basically detoxifying your body. So you have to go through a period where you are allowing your body to cleanse itself. Sodium, specifically table salt, because that's what that good old Morton's, that stuff y'all eating, that specifically is what is causing your blood vessels to be constricted, i.e., causing your blood pressure, your heart to work harder, i.e., equaling your blood pressure to be elevated. So you have to be willing to give it up. You're not willing to give up table salt. You're not willing to give up salt. That's number one excuse. That's number two excuse giving you, that's not allowing you as a woman to lower your, or even a male, but I'm talking to women, lower your blood pressure. So again, let's start back. Again, I always talk about this. If you're not following me on, I've given definitely a lot of different replacers, a lot of different things you can begin to use instead that give that nice savory taste on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you go to Instagram and follow me at @the_thick_vegan. All right. So again, that is you can use instead. I'm going to give you a hack you can use. Is to start beginning using dill weed and dose seasoning. Dose seasoning is a seafood. I'm sorry, not sea. Well, it is from the sea. It's a sea plant, okay, the sea vegetable. And of course, it occurs being from the sea, which is naturally salty. Seawater, it has a salty flavor. And dill weed, believe it or not, carries a saucy flavor as well. You'll be surprised. So allow your body to go through some detoxification, your taste buds specifically to detoxify, and leave the salt alone for a while. I'm not saying it has to be forever. The table salt will definitely be forever. However, once things begin to settle them, your body begins to balance itself back out. You may not even want to go back to it because your taste buds have adjusted and they adjust quickly. Or you can begin to use things like mineral salt or sea salt, which aren't don't contain the iodine and the things that can actually, the chemicals that can lead to your blood vessels being constricted. All right, so that's number 2 excuse. All right, and number 3 excuse, I kind of said it in my earlier one, is you don't want to let go of processed foods. Oh, let me take that back. That you don't want to stop eating out. You gotta stop eating out for a little while. Okay, you gotta cook at home. The third excuse on what's holding women back from not lowering their blood pressure naturally and coming off medication is because you don't want to cook at home. Yes, I said it. You don't want to cook at home. You don't want to cook at home. Cooking at home helps you because, one, you're able to see what's in your food, okay? You're able to see what's in your food. You're able to know what's in your food. You're able to know how much salt was used, or if salt was used at all. You're able to know what type of, if they put broth in there, which a lot of times veggie or even if you still eat meat broth contains sodium. You're able to see if they use any MSG or different chemicals, preservatives. You're able to know when you cook at home what's in your food. Some of y'all, most y'all don't want to cook at home. Y'all want to continue to get this stuff that's in the freezer, this processed stuff that, has to be preserved. I guess they use to preserve it, salt. Or you want to eat out. And again, eating out, they have to preserve that food for longer times too. And plus, you don't know what they're using. You don't know that, chef. You just going out and saying, okay, this is cool. Most times you're not even getting real. You're getting like fast food. And fast foods are pumped with all kinds of different chemicals as well as sodiums. All right. MSG number 1. All right. So again, let's run through this. So again, the way to overcome the third excuse is to basically just eat at home. Stop. If you know you're going to not, don't eat it. If you know, start with trying just cutting out, reducing it down to twice a month that you're going to eat out. Then from there, take it down to 1. Then from there, do a whole month where you don't eat out at all. Your pockets would thank you. Your waistline would thank you. And your blood pressure would thank you. Your heart would thank you. We want our heart. Our heart is the engine of our body. We want our hearts working for us, not against us, okay? So we want to make sure that we're feeding it things and we're supplying our body with things that will cause the engine to be well oiled, right? You want to make sure we have that engine well oiled. That's what the heart is, the engine of the body. So again, let's recap. The 3 excuses that's holding women back from lowering their blood pressure is 1, you don't believe it. All right. You think it's too hard. So we gave you the strategy for that is to get consistent, stay consistent, start some consistency. All right. It's going to help you to believe that it's possible. It is that you can do it. That it's not too hard because you start to see as you build consistency feeds your confidence and it shows you, oh, it's not too hard. I actually can do this. All right. The number 2 excuse on why you as a woman are not, that's keeping you from lowering your blood pressure, is you refuse to give up table salt. Okay. You refuse to give up salt, specifically table salt, for any amount of time. Listen, again, strategy for that is, you got to go through a period where you're not eating it at all. No salt, whether it's sea salt, any kind of salt. Let your taste buds as well as your body detox itself, get back in line. And then from there, you can begin to incorporate things such as mineral salt. But we said to use dill weed, dry dill weed, and dose DUSLE. This is a sea vegetable to get that salty, savory flavor in the meanwhile. That was strategy for that. All right. And then number 3, three excuse that's keeping you back, holding you back from the third excuse is holding you back from as a woman, from holding and a man, but we're talking to women, blood pressure, from lowering your blood pressure, is you refuse to cook at home. You need to cook at home, okay? Because the fast foods, the chain restaurants, even when you go out, even if it's a gourmet restaurant, you don't know what's in your food. You can't assure how much sodium, how much salt was used in those foods, even broths, things that carry sodium, artificial flavorings that carry sodium. You don't know what was in it. So because of that, it's best to cook at home. So the strategy for that, we said, is to start cooking. Start with reducing your eating out to at least to twice a month first, reducing that to once a month, and then do a whole month where you don't eat it out at all. And your pockets, waistline, and your heart will definitely thank you. Guys, listen up. So if you're not following me here, I am going to be hosting a free webinar, free masterclass. So I'm going to be diving into the details of all this, as well as showing you how to implement the plan that I've been using that has helped me lower my blood pressure from the 160s down to the 120s and maintain it there over 2 weeks. To help me to drop my blood pressure from the 160 down to the 120s within 2 weeks and has been maintained it there. Okay. So if you want to get, I want you to be there. If you want to be in the room to get the information and the details of more of what I'm talking about, you want to go to bit.ly/ Healing Blueprint. Again, it's bit.ly/ Healing Blueprint. One more time, bit.ly/ Healing Blueprint. I'm going to put the link in the description box. You guys can catch me here and look, share this link out with 3 people that you know who are on high blood pressure medication and who need to get this word as well. So I will see you guys soon. Hope to see you in class. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not subscribed yet, as well as follow me on social media of Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at _the_thick_vegan. All right, guys. See you guys soon.